Hello and welcome to the Transfer News podcast. I'm Archer, and today we're diving into the latest Premier League transfer rumours, confirmations, and all the drama that makes the beautiful game even more beautiful. From surprising moves to potential blockbusters, we've got plenty to unpack, so let's get straight into it. Now, I have to admit, we don't have any specific transfer stories to share with you today, which is actually quite rare for this time of year. The January transfer window is typically buzzing with activity, but sometimes the football world takes a collective breath and clubs keep their cards close to their chest. What this does give us is a perfect opportunity to remind you that transfer news moves incredibly fast in today's market. One day you're hearing whispers about a potential move, the next day contracts are being signed and medical tests are being completed. It's why staying on top of the latest developments is so crucial for any football fan. The January window is particularly fascinating because clubs are often looking for quick fixes to address immediate problems. Whether that's defensive reinforcements for teams struggling at the back, creative spark in midfield, or that clinical finisher up front, January moves can completely transform a team's season trajectory. We're also seeing how the Premier League's financial regulations are continuing to shape transfer strategies. Clubs are having to be increasingly creative with their deals, whether that's through loan arrangements, obligation to buy clauses, or structured payment plans that spread costs across multiple seasons. Managerial changes also play a huge role in transfer activity. When a new manager comes in, they often want to put their own stamp on the squad, which can lead to some surprising ins and outs. We've seen this pattern repeat itself throughout Premier League history. The international nature of modern football means that clubs are scouting talent from every corner of the globe. South American wonder kids, European veterans looking for a new challenge, and homegrown talent stepping up from the Championship. The variety of potential signings keeps things incredibly exciting. What I find particularly interesting is how social media has changed the transfer landscape. Players, agents, and even clubs are using these platforms to drop hints, create buzz, or sometimes completely deny rumours. It's become part of the theatre of transfers. Timing's everything in the transfer market. A deal that seems impossible in the summer might become inevitable by January, especially if a player's contract situation changes or if a club's priorities shift based on their league position. The ripple effects of transfers are also fascinating to consider. One signing can trigger a domino effect across multiple clubs as they look to replace departed players or adjust their tactical approach to accommodate new arrivals. Young players are increasingly willing to move abroad to accelerate their development, while experienced players are looking for new challenges or the opportunity to work with specific managers who can enhance their careers. The Premier League's global appeal means that every transfer, no matter how small it might seem domestically, can have international implications. Players often see moves to English clubs as career-defining opportunities. Injury crises can also accelerate transfer activity, with clubs suddenly finding themselves in desperate need of cover in specific positions. Emergency loans and short-term deals become much more attractive when key players are sidelined. The relationship between managers and their former clubs often influences transfer activity. We frequently see managers trying to reunite with players they've worked with before, bringing familiar faces to new environments. Financial fair play regulations continue to evolve, and clubs are having to navigate these rules while still trying to strengthen their squads. It's created a chess match between compliance and ambition. Player power has also increased significantly in recent years. Stars are more willing to push for moves when they're unhappy, and social media gives them platforms to make their feelings known to supporters and decision makers. The scouting networks of Premier League clubs have become incredibly sophisticated, with data analytics playing an increasingly important role in identifying potential targets. The days of purely relying on traditional scouting are long gone. Contract negotiations are becoming more complex, with image rights, performance bonuses, and release clauses all playing crucial roles in modern deals. Agents are also wielding more influence than ever before. Loan deals with options or obligations to buy have become increasingly popular, allowing clubs to test players before committing to permanent deals. It's a sensible approach in an expensive market. The January window might be shorter than the summer one, but it often produces some of the most dramatic and impactful transfers. Clubs know they have limited time to address their weaknesses. As we continue through this transfer window, Keep your eyes peeled for those late-night social media posts, cryptic messages from players, and the inevitable last-minute scrambles that make transfer deadline day so compelling. That brings us to the end of today's show, but before we sign off, here's a word from our friends at Fantasy Football Hub. Want to win your Fantasy Premier League mini-leagues? Join Fantasy Football Hub today with 30% off using our link in the show notes. Thanks for tuning in to the Transfer News Podcast. Make sure you subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Visit our website at transfernewspodcast.com for more content. And don't forget to sign up for our daily newsletter at mail.transfernewspodcast.com to stay ahead of all the latest transfer developments. Until next time, keep following those rumours and we'll catch you soon.